Now, I'm very excited for season 2 of Zenless, right? But I do have one concern. It's not a big deal. It's not a major thing. Just my own personal little gripe. I really hope we don't go too deep into the rabbit hole of gods and mythical creatures and Greek mythology. And I hope Zenless can just keep its urban setting. In the dev talk video, when Y says, "and we become a new disciple of the Julliangg summit," I was like, oh no. When Zenless came out, it reminded me a lot of Persona, right? Like a game where it's an urban setting and you know, you can walk around the hub world. It's not open world, but it is kind of like linear, right? And then in certain aspects, you have your stage, the stage combat, you know, like you're in a certain area where you actually fight. I would love it to be like this, where you can have those fantasy elements to it. Obviously, you know, Persona has some crazy stuff in it too when it comes to the metaverse and things like that. But it's okay to have Rena fly around as she does, or Archie to have this random flame head. Like, I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking at, really. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really even know what this even means. Also, the Fallenheim mercenary troop, right? You know, what they call Alicia. There's wings. There's wings, just like Xuan, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's anything new. You can have these mysterious and these like unexplained events or abilities or characters. That's cool. I just don't want them to go too deep into this whole like god type of talk. As somebody who's played Hoyo versus other titles, both of those, or at least the ones that I play, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, they have gods all over the place, and that's totally fine because that's a direction they're going in. That's what they wanted from the jump, right? You know, if you guys played Genshin, you know it's all about the Archons and the Primordial one, and there's so many books and lore and stuff like that, and that's fine because that's what they're going for. And the same thing goes for Honkai Star Rail. Like I said, from the jump, this is what they wanted to do, right? This is how they wrote the story. That's fine. So coming from those two games and coming to Zenless, man, it was such a nice break, you know, from all the godly talk or the higher ups or, you know, the primordial one and this and that. It was such a nice break to just be like, oh shoot, like this is just kind of like real, you know? I mean, like besides the ethereals and all the stuff that's, you know, fictional, it was like, oh, okay, this is a different vibe, you know, entirely. You know what though? If we had one season where it was like this, I could see that, right? But I just don't want Zenless as a game to go too deep into that rabbit hole, like I said, of just like the mythical beings and stuff like that. I would hate for like just the loaded information about that. I love the Twitter system that we have in the game, the internet. It's very reminiscent of real life, aside from a few things here and there. It's okay to have those fantasy elements, of course, but don't go too far with it, Zenless. Please don't go too far with this. For example, this crew right here, I love this. You know, they're called the Angels of Delusion, but they're not actual angels. Well, maybe not, I don't know, but they're not actual angels, it seems to be, right? It's a like android, like a human life form, you know, two people, and like they're just on social media, you know, or like trying to stream or trying to do their own thing, I guess. But it's not to be taken so seriously, right? And I think that's what I like about Zenless so much, is it doesn't take itself too serious. But yeah, I mean, this is just a bunch of group of people just look, browsing Twitter or X, sorry, right? So it's just like, I like the realness of this game and I hope they continue with it. And honestly, I think they will. I think I may be jumping the gun, but it's just a concern that I have, you know, with, you know, the words disciple and Xuan fly up in the air like that and her eyes are glowing like she's some kind of deity or something. I'm like, ugh. Temples, ancient ruins, obviously the Julliangg summit, disciple, right? Mentor, all those words, you know, would kind of relate to a religious topic point, right? And that stuff has already been talked about in the game already. So that's fine, right? That's not really a big deal at all for me. Honestly, there's the whole situation where the Swordmaster took down the Exaltus Overseer. And Exaltus Overseer actually translates to Minister of the Church of Praise. So like I said, religion and stuff like that, oh, that's fine. Like, that's something that's already been in the game and talked about, and I feel like maybe we'll meet more of these exaltists, right? And that'll be our threat, and that's fine. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want Bell and Wise to be isekai'd into a different world, you know what I mean? That'd be really funny for one episode. That'd be funny. But the main thing is, keep the slice of life vibe, keep the urban setting, and then just have a bunch of fantasy elements mixed in there, right? Because the game is gonna get crazy. We can already see that happening in the current epilogue. Spoiler alert. We even have a character, Vivian, who has premonitions, and unfortunately she can't control them. She just has them. But you can see, look, I mean, looks like Wise's jacket, actually. Yeah. But anyways, the proxy falling from a high cliff or like a high place and then growing wings. So you can already see it's starting to get crazy, you know, within its fantasy aspects. And that's okay. That's okay. My biggest concern is, like I said before, just keep the overall setting of this game the same and then add these elements into it. Ironically enough, Proxy's growing wings, and then we have the new character who has wings too. But that's it. Not a big deal at all. Like, nothing serious in the slightest bit. I just want them to keep their slice of life, keep your wacky stuff, your Thyrans, keep the same vibe going. Keep your Goonie. No, I'm joking. But just keep what you got going. Keep what makes Zenless Zenless. That's all. That's it for me. And once again, don't take yourself too seriously, Zenless. Please. That's what makes you guys stand out. That's what I love about you guys so much. So that's about it for me. What do you guys think about it below? Do you think season 2 will actually have a drastic change for the game and its story? Or do you think it'll be the same but different? Let me know below, but that'll be it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one.